Waking up at 3 a.m. repeatedly has a specific meaning. Your body is at its most permeable point in the 24-hour cycle, and Chinese medicine maps this exact hour to the transition between liver and lung time, the emotional processing window. But here's the reframe most people never get to. 3 a.m. waking isn't a sleep problem to fix. Your body isn't malfunctioning. It is the most awake it's been all day. And it chose this specific hour to get your attention for a very specific reason. And something about it doesn't feel random. And you're right, it's not. By the end of this video, you know which of the 4 patterns is yours and what your body is actually trying to tell you, not in general, specifically for you. Let's start with what's physically happening, because the science and spiritual are pointing at the same moment. Around 3 to 4 a.m., your body begins producing cortisol, the hormone that prepares you for waking. It's your body starting its engine before you need to use it. And at the same time, your sleep is at its absolute lightest. REM cycles, your deepest dream cycles, peak right in this window, which means at 3 a.m. you are at your most alert, most permeable, and fresh out of your most symbolically loaded dream state all at the same moment. So what does that mean practically? It means whatever you feel or think in the first 30 seconds of waking at 3 a.m. is not random noise, it's signal. What surfaces in that window is what's actually going on underneath everything. Most people reach for their phone immediately and break the state. That's the one thing that caused you the message. Unless that's what landed you this video. The spiritual tradition says that 3 a.m. is significant, ignoring the science. They are pointing at the same moment from a different angle. So stay with me, because the next layer is the one that makes 3 a.m. different from every other hour. And it involves your liver having opinions about your emotional life at 1 a.m. The TCM organ clock. This is the layer most people don't know about and is the most precise. In Chinese medicine, the 24-hour day is mapped to what's called the organ clock. Every 2-hour window is governed by a different organ system, not just physically but energetically and emotionally. 1 to 3 a.m. is liver time. The liver governs emotional processing, unresolved feelings, suppressed frustration, and things you haven't let yourself fully feel yet. The liver is basically your body's emotional filing cabinet, and at 1 a.m., it starts pulling the folders you thought you lost. 3 to 5 a.m. is lung time. The lungs govern grief, release, and new beginnings. This is where the body begins its turn, letting go with every exhale, symbolically and physically. So 3 a.m. exactly is the handover point, the moment your body shifts from processing what made you frustrated to processing what made you sad, which is a lot to ask off on a Tuesday night, but here we are. 2 questions worth sitting with, not answering, just sitting with. What frustration have you not fully felt yet? And what grief are you carrying that hasn't been released? Your body is already working on both. Every night, it just needs you to acknowledge that the work is happening. Suppressing it also makes it worse, so release it. Across traditions that has no contact with each other, Celtic, Taoist, shamanic, indigenous lineages globally, 3 a.m. carries the same weight. None of these traditions build on each other. They arrive independently at the same conclusion that this specific hour sits at a threshold, a crossing point between the seen and the unseen. Some call it the witching hour. The moment when the noise of the day has finally gone quiet for something else to come true. And if you woke up at it more than once, what does it actually mean for you? It means your body chose the most permeable moment in a 24-hour cycle to get your attention. Your body has been sending the same message repeatedly and you have been dismissing it as insomnia. Drop in this comment, what is the first thing you feel when you wake up at 3 a.m? Not the thought, the feeling. Because that feeling is actually the opening line of the message. Now, let's talk about the witching hour properly. Because if you ever woken up at 3 a.m. and felt that something wasn't just anxiety, there was a presence, a heaviness, a feeling that you weren't alone, that might not be your imagination. In Western folklore, 3 a.m. is specifically associated with spiritual disturbances. entities, energies, presence that are more active when the veil between worlds is the thinnest. Some people wake up at 3 a.m. not because of their own emotional processing, but because something in their environment is disturbing their field. This is the layer most sleep doctors don't cover, understandably. But if this resonates, this is what actually helps. Before you sleep tonight, set a quiet intention out loud or silently. I am protected while I sleep. I surround myself in light. Only what serves my highest good can enter my space. Everything else stays out. Imagine yourself in a bubble of white and golden light, completely yours, warmed and protected. If you want a physical anchor and help, use a black tourmaline crystal. The waking may not stop immediately, but the quality of it usually shifts from disturbed to simply awake. And that's the difference between interference and message. Pattern 2. Waking straight out of a vivid dream. This is the most direct message. The dream you were having right before 3 a.m. is one of the most symbolically loaded your sleep produces. Write down even a fragment of it before it dissolves, a word, an image, or a feeling. Then ask yourself, what does that word make me feel? That feeling is what your body was trying to hand you. Carry it through the day and see what it connects to. Pattern 3. Wide awake, calm, no reason, just present. In traditions where this hour is a threshold, this kind of waking is being called to presence rather than action. Not something is wrong, something is available. Don't fall asleep immediately, just lie still and notice how you feel and what comes. Some of the clearest guidance arrives as a quiet knowing that it was already there. Pattern 4. It started when someone moved in or when a relationship changed. It may not be your energy waking you. In sleep, we are energetically porous. We absorb what's around us without realizing it. A quiet intention before bed is enough. This sleep space is mine, and pay attention to whether the pattern shifts when the relationship dynamic changes. If it does, perhaps that's your confirmation. Before we close, this is a part that is specific to you. Signs are a form of divination, and divination works through intention. So before I show you the symbols, take one breath and ask internally, what is waking me at 3 a.m. trying to tell me right now? Now hold that question. 5 symbols, don't overthink it. Just notice which one you're drawn to and pick that specific symbol. Have you chosen one? If you chose the crystal ball, this is a dream message. Something come true while you're sleeping that your waking mind haven't fully received yet. Write down even one word from it before the day takes over. Then sit with that word to see how it makes you feel. Carry it through the day and see what it connects to. The root. This is a body signal. Your liver, your nervous system, your physical rhythms are asking for attention. This waking has a biological address. Start there. What have you been eating, drinking, suppressing, or pushing through without the proper rest? The body always speaks first. It's time to actually listen. The evil eye. This is a protection signal. What's waking you may not be coming from inside you. The witching hour is real, and some people are more sensitive to what moves through that window than others. Set your bubble tonight. I am protected while I sleep. I surround myself in light. Only what serves my highest good can enter this space. Everything else stays out. The storm. This is a nervous system message. Anxiety running quietly in the background. A decision unmade. A conversation avoided. A transition in your mind is processing while your body tries to rest. Try to name the thing before bed tonight and write it down. Get it out of your body and onto paper. The magnet. This is a signal from someone close. In sleep, we are energetically porous and we absorb what's around us without realizing it. Set a quiet intention before bed. This sleep space is mine. My energy is my own. Notice whether the pattern shifts if you are sleeping with someone and the relationship dynamic changes. Or perhaps your space is negative. Time to clear it out with a pillow stick or a crystal bowl so that you can sleep properly tonight. Whichever one landed, that's your entry point. You came here because 3 a.m. kept waking you. Now you know what it means. Now sit with this. Does this feel new? If this is a new message, then something has reached a point where your body can't hold it quietly anymore. Time to do something to release it. Or does it feel familiar? Like something you already knew was there but kept hoping it would resolve itself while you sleep? Then this is a repeated message. Your body has been patient, impressively patient. It woke you up at the same hour again and again because it was waiting for you to finally stop calling it insomnia and start asking what it's actually saying. Take one breath and set one intention. I hear you. I'm paying attention now. And drop your emojis in the comment which one landed. And is this new, or has your body been trying to tell you this for a while? You're not crazy, you're just finally paying attention.